Hey guys, and welcome to Let's Review, Book Review, Let's Review, Let's Review, Let's Review, Let's Review. Today I am highlighting an amazing fella, a great guy, an awesome teacher, educator, and just all-around person, human being. And that is Mr. Real Rap with Reynolds, CJ Reynolds, my former teacher, now friend, lifelong friend, forever embedded and forever grateful. CJ, if you're watching, thank you. Now, let's tap in. So, he just published his first book, all right? Teach your class off. Teach your class off. Hashtag that, all right? Follow him, okay? Real Rap with Reynolds. Now, I'm excited. So, I got this book earlier, a couple weeks ago, and I was just so nervous about like reading it, really diving into it, and really just examining it in all its glory, because these are memories. You know, he was my 9th grade teacher, led all the way from 9th grade to 12th grade, still around during my college years, again around with my master's, again around when I started doing education, really leading that way and really pipelining all of the successful things that he's been doing. And I've got to watch him grow at the same time. And he's got to see me shine as an educator himself. So it's like living through and feeding off each other, that vibe that you give. And I felt like it was so important because as an educator myself, that's something that I want to do. You know, you might not be able to grab every student that you come in contact with, but you're going to remember that one person or that one student, and I want to be that one student. You don't really realize it. But as your life goes, you start thinking about all these people that influence your life and influence the things that you do and influence the stuff that you will continue to do. And he's really been that with me. Reynolds has really been that guy who I can go to for advice, who I can go to just to say something to if I'm having a stressful time in regards to education or personal life. Who's always willing to lend a hand, to lend an ear, to invite me into his home, to always show me that character is the most important thing. Regardless of anything that you might go through, character, always staying the same, always remembering to grow, but remembering what led you to where you are now. Why are you existing? Why are you here? What's your purpose? And it's always been greater than I could ever imagine. He's always told me that, and that's my go-to source for anything. So when we're talking about Teacher Appreciation Week, that's my teacher. That's one of the many teachers that I had in my life that are continuing to shape and mold me. And that's what you want to do even after you graduate, even after your student enters the real life. They're here still motivating and still shaping, and you shape each other. It's not one way, it's a continuum. Okay, so I know you guys are like, Smalls, get to the book, get to the book, get to the book, let's go. Okay, so here it is. Look y'all, look at the book. So, I'm so excited. So it's Teacher Class Off, all right, the Real Rap Guide to Teaching, CJ Reynolds. Yo, this is my teacher, this is my mentor. Anything that I could ask for, you know, he's always there at a drop of a dime, and I'm forever grateful. So on page 21, he surprised me and wrote me like a little chapter in his book, and I at first I was like, what? But when you make an impact, because I always thought, you know, like he inspired me, but to see that I inspired him even as a young child, you know, even when we were doing shows in high school, and he worked it out so that way I was able to teach. Yes, you got it right. Teach my own performing arts class with my own seniors. These were seniors that I was a senior at the same time. So these are my fellow classmates. And I was helping produce the show, and Reynolds was just sitting in the back, making sure nobody killed each other, to be honest with you, let's go. Because there were heated arguments and heated stuff like that. But we were there to do what our purpose was, and that was to change the game and put on an amazing show. And that's exactly what we did. And, you know, to think about it and think about, you know, when we got up on stage, the stage was we painted on lockers to a piece of like wood. You know, Reynolds spent time doing that. And when the curtains opened, that was still wet. All these little things that played. You know, he used to pick us up, you know, because the school wouldn't let us go on trips. He would pick us up after school or have meeting grounds, talk it over with our parents. We would go to Winslow Township and go see plays. And I remember this like it was yesterday. We went to go see Little Shop of Horror. And let me tell you, he would take us on tours backstage, and these were like high school productions that were like top notch. So when we got there, you know, he would pick us up, him and his wife. Like the things that he did as an educator were the things that I now say, I am so happy I'm in this position to be able to do this for the students I have right now. Now, you're not going to be able to grab everybody. You're not going to be able to reach every person. You come in young and you say, oh yeah, I'm going to educate the world. I'm going to change the world. Yes, do that, but take it one step at a time. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't change the world, because you can. And that was something he always told me. Even from the projects, and that's why I do the projects with my students. He always said, give diversity when you're given a project. Yes, you might give an essay, but let them. I can remember so many. If you ask me about school, I could tell you so many projects that I did within his classroom, and I could tell you about any teacher that I came in contact with that I did a major project with. You know why? Because they allowed us to step out our boundaries. I remember making videos all the way back in high school, videos for, cell projects or in chemistry, and I was a mad scientist, all those things, because you know why? They gave us and they put us in a position where we were able to grow and experiment with different things versus just, okay, read this paper, write this paper up. No, let us step into your world. Bring some creativity into the classroom. Bring some of that arts integrativeness into the classroom. And that's what he did. And he still continues to do that. And sometimes I'm so jealous at all these students that he reaches, and I'm just like, wow. Like, do I feel like did I take any of that for granted? Because when you look at your teachers who are continuing to do the work, you're like, dang, how can I be on that level? How can I be great? And this is how. So on page 21, he wrote, and the funny thing is I just see my name like multiple times. Like, I'm just looking down at it and I just see my name in it. Like, in it, it's there. I've never had my name in a book before. Never seen my name in a book before. Bless you, Dad. I've never seen my name in a book before. But this is amazing. And I'm forever blessed. It's like, how do you remember so many things? When I wrote my play, it's right here. When we came home from Little Shop of Horror, he was so inspired that he sat down and began writing a play called Gossip, the Rumor Is Out. That was my first play that I wrote. Directed it, and then I had to start. Let me tell you, if you ask me where my start came from, that was where it came from. And you always try to give back to where you came from. And he still continues to do that no matter how far. So Reynolds, man, I'm so excited that you included me in this. I'm so excited that I met you at the time that I did. That I'm inspiring you as much as you're inspiring me. That I'll continue to look up to you just like you continue to look up to me. And I continue to be as great of a person, a character, a human being as you are to me. I thank you. And I'm so excited for this. I'm so blessed for this. I'm so honored that I get to honor you during Teacher Appreciation Week. Because even though we have a week, you'll always be my teacher. You'll always be my counselor. You'll always be my friend. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Peace, love, and soul. Educational Fellow, we out.